and I think he'll squeeze to a decision. I think Till's takedown defense has improved a lot, and I think Till's improved a lot, to be honest. The one thing I'm thinking of is if Brunson tries to smother Till on the ground, does Till have the tools in order to get up? I think Till's probably changed a lot since his last win back in 2018 against Kelvin Gastelum. So look, he did very well against another, very heavy wrestling style of Kelvin Gastelum. So why couldn't he beat Brunson? I think Till's a way better striker than Brunson. Way, way better. So I'm going to say Till by decision.
Yeah, I'm going to say
Till by decision. Till's actually, his teammate Tom Aspinall also trains out of the same gym in Liverpool. Now he's had a late minute replacement in his opponent. His new opponent is Sergey Spivak, who we know I believe he's 15-2.
So Spivak is 13-2.
13-2. So he's done very well in the UFC. He's actually got twice as much as experience as Aspinall. I think Aspinall's had about 3 fights in the UFC. Spivak's had about 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Spivak's been there for a while, but...
Sorry, Spivak's had 3 fights in the UFC. Sorry, he's had more. Sorry, Aspinall's had 3 fights in the UFC, correct, yes. Yeah. But the thing is, it's interesting about what's going on right now is, if we could, again, rank all the divisions in terms of stacked to least stacked, heavyweight is not really the most stacked. It's quite dry at the moment. And adding Tom Aspinall to the mix, it's a lot better because he's coming up very quickly. He's a very exciting fighter too. He's never had, in his pro career, none of his fights have ever gone to submission. In fact, in his amateur career as well, only 1 fight has gone to decision. So that's why people love him, because he's a very, very entertaining fighter. He likes to get it done in the first round. He beat Andrei Arlovski in the second round of his last fight via rear naked choke, which I thought was absolutely impressive, considering that Andrei Arlovski
check out Arlovski,
who's an ex-former champion and fucking legend of the sport. So it's a big feather in your cap. And he actually called out Spivak. He said he wanted to fight him at the press conference after his last fight, which he won. And Spivak, he's fucking no joke either. He's the type of guy that always likes to go to... He does not like to leave it up to the judges. His last loss was via unanimous decision against Marcin Tybura, who we know is pretty much on the rise right now. But in Spivak, he only lost twice in, again, his pro career. So he's been around for quite some time. His loss before that was to Walt Harris, but he also beat Tai Tuivasa, who's also on the rise. Yeah.
So with Walt Harris, that was his debut. His debut was to fight Walt Harris, and fuck. I mean, I understand that Sergey was a champion outside of the UFC, but to straight away give him a Walt Harris as his debut, it's fucking rough being a champion from any other organizations that's not the UFC. Sergey, he's a very well-spoken guy. Doesn't really say much, to be honest. He doesn't really call out people either, unlike Tom Aspinall, who's quite similar to Darren in that, he's quite a loud Englishman. He likes to push buttons. He likes to piss off his opponent a little bit, and he likes to be real a little bit, to be honest, as well. Tom's a very good striker. He's got fucking dynamite in his hands, and to be honest, Sergey does as well. He's got some power as well. I think Tom, he's got really good footwork though. Really good footwork. Like, he moves and dances around like a middleweight in the heavyweight division. I think I could see him actually being a title contender very soon, to be honest. I just think he's that good. It's mainly takedown defense that he'll have to worry about, and making sure he's strong in those scrambles and be able to get up and, employ sweeps and his own takedowns in the future. But I think Aspinall takes this, especially if Sergey's a last-minute replacement. I think Tom, if he's already prepared for a similar opponent, I think Tom will take this. And I think he'll knock out Sergey. I think he will. I think he'll knock him out in the... second round.
Interesting. Okay. I can definitely see that happening too.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to want to leave it. I think both men's styles, they're not the kind that want to leave it to the judges, especially Tom.